Girl,
Everybody
it's
follow
packed
the one
out
line,
here tonight.
please. Follow the one line, please.
I told you.
IDs out. I need to see IDs. Thank you, ladies. Welcome to Park Ave.
Excuse me. Hello? Can you move? What? Excuse me. Oh my God. You ready to go? Girl, I've been ready.
Well, hey, girl, hey.
Hello.
How's life treating you?
Life is life, man. Life is life.
How's the half employed or
I'm partially employed.
partially employed? Part-time.
I'm a part-time person.
How's that been going? It's been a week now.
It's been a full week.
Okay.
It's
Watching daytime TV? I love daytime TV.
I do too, but I have not. I've been crying.
Oh. Wendy Williams is back.
It's cool. I mean, I haven't really done too much. I've just a lot of online application filling out.
I hate online application.
I do too.
I just kind of feel like there should be like a universal website, like a universal form that once you fill it out, no matter what company it is, it pops itself back up.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I mean, I get it once you apply for like a company, your application stays like in that realm. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like it should be universal. Because it's a lot. It's a full-time job to apply for jobs.
It is.
Like,
and you're not getting paid for it.
You're not getting paid for it. And then they ask to send you back like four lines telling them how that you don't fit the position anyway.
Yeah. It's like, bitch,
I
do you know how
32
much
minutes. 32
work?
minutes. And then I hate the people too that don't have it where if you upload your resume, it doesn't automatically put the information in for you.
Yes.
So it's like,
then they're like, please add your work. Bitch, if you would just go to my resume.
Right. Girl, see resume. It's there. It's right there for you.
But yes, that's what I've been doing. Filling out I just think it's so impersonal. Like, I want to talk to somebody. I want to know why. I don't want no auto-generated
They do.
thing where it says thank you for applying, but we're no longer like
the position is no longer available.
Oh my God.
You don't meet the qualifications.
It's so impersonal because I be wanting to like, okay, well, who is info? Who is reading at info.
It's so applying for a job is just the most annoying.
Right now, it's so because before it's like you just go in and fill out an application and then you actually talk to somebody.
Well, I think that's when I've had that experience when I was getting like lower level jobs when I actually was trying to apply for like a career job.
Yeah,
it's always been
online,
and I hate it because it's just a lot.
It is.
It's a lot.
It's like every day I get on the internet and I search and I apply, I upload. I have to make sure the email address is correct. And then if they have an email address, I'm like, okay, well, I'll just send them all my work. So I send a separate email.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a full-time job.
Oh,
and then the thing is too, you're running into fourth quarter, and a lot of people don't hire at fourth quarter because they're at the end of their budgets.
Some people are.
Most people start hiring come February. Now is the time you put in your applications for people to even consider your ass for January.
True.
So,
true.
That's the annoying part too, because some of that is just budgeting, and when you get towards the end of the year, people have already overextended their budget and don't have it in their budget to be hiring people at this exact moment. So then they have to wait till the new year when it's first quarter and the money's new, and it's like,
yeah, that is very true. So. But hopefully something turns out soon. I have a couple of prospects, 2 really good ones. It's like a waiting game. That's another thing. It's the waiting game. Like you get a little bit
hurry up and wait,
and like they're really interested, and then they're like, okay, nothing, dead silence for like 3 weeks.
Hurry up and wait.
So that's that. That's that on that. A lot of waiting.
It is.
But hopefully one of these 2 items that are on my plate.
Is that what's cool in the city applying for jobs?
That is what's cool. Texas Workforce Commission.
Yeah, Google, Indeed, Monster.
Glassdoor.
Oh yeah, I like Glassdoor.
I like Glassdoor because I'm actually looking for something creative, and my mom's kind of like, you just need to get whatever you can get. Just have an open mind, because she was like, you should be a flight attendant. I'm like, Ma, I
applied to be a flight attendant for the international. I can't even think of the name.
United?
No. It's actually like Jesus Christ. It's in Dubai. I can't think of Emirates. Yeah, I actually got to like the third, because their application process and hiring process is a beast. Like if they let you in to even be interviewed, it's like 3 different stages, and like the first stage is a looks cut. And so, no, it is. So we're all in there, and like this one chick with this great bubbly personality and so excited. And I'm kind of just in there like, I need something to do. Like, I don't know what I need to do with my life, but I need a job. So you literally go in there. The lady talks for about maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then there's a cut, but you did nothing. So how can there be a cut if you've done nothing? So when I realized, because I made the cut in a non-bragging way, I made the cut, and then when I start seeing the people who made the cut, it were people I would find attractive, and then the people who, because like the one girl who had this great personality, she wasn't ugly, but she wasn't like strikingly cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was just an average girl. So she was like in a corner crying. I'm like, you good? Well, I didn't know she was crying. She just had her back turned. I'm like, you good? And she was like, I don't want to talk about it. I didn't make it. And then I looked around the room and started realizing who made it. I was like, oh, this was like a straight up looks cut. And then there's like a second phase and a third phase. I think it's like 4 phases. That goes on for like 2 days. So yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to be flying to Greece and shit on the regular.
On the regular, that does sound nice.
Yeah, they're because Emirates does like a lot of overseas stuff, and I think at the time they were just like trying to get more of their airports in like the States. Because at the time I think they might have had like 2 or 3, but they were like
sound really nice.
They fly to South Africa, Australia, like the places they fly were like overseas. And period. It wasn't like from LA to Chicago. It was like you're going to Chicago to Greece. And they actually put you out the country to live. Like, you didn't even stay in the States.
Damn.
And they pay for they pay for your living too. It was they had, that was a good thing.
I didn't know that.
But
I wasn't really trying to work a Southwest flight. I was like, Southwest. No, I don't want to do Southwest. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself, to be honest. But yes, that is applying for jobs is a motherfucker, man.
It is.
That whole process is just so tedious, and it's just so like mind pressing. It's like, I feel like my brain is coming out my ears. But nonetheless, I'm hopeful.
Okay, so this week my Woman Crush Wednesday goes to Sofia Delgado-Pritchett. She's played by Sofia Vergara from Modern Family. Modern Family has been was one of my favorite shows for years. I started watching it late too. I didn't watch it like first season. I think I might have got into it around like second or third. Or maybe by the time they were doing the reruns on like other stations, I got into Modern Family. Then I bought all the DVDs. But Gloria is my Woman Crush Wednesday because she is Jay's second wife. We all know how I feel about being a second wife.
Second wife's club.
The second wife's club. Well, she had been married before, but she's his second wife. The thing is, when you hear about Jay's story, Jay started his closet company. They weren't really making money. It was like an uphill battle. And then like him and his wife, Dee Dee, were like falling out. And they had 2 kids. Not Cam. What's Cam's husband's name? I can't even think of it. Claire's the daughter. What is the son's? Whatever. It's Claire, and then this the son. God, I love him. He's a redhead too. So they're like going through like their issues. They get a divorce. He's newly single. He got all the coins. The business is popping. He meets Gloria. Gloria at this point is like a hairdresser / taxi driver. She's from Colombia. Her like background in Colombia is like real sketchy. Like I kind of feel like she sold drugs too, because she always talks about like Colombian mafias and Colombian drug lords. So they meet. She's living in like a 1-bedroom apartment with her son Manny. She can't like really afford to live. Her divorce took a toll on her. She's fly as hell. She's super cute. Jay meets her. Jay marries her. Jay saves her. So we meet a young Gloria living in like a nice house in suburbia with her son Manny off Jay's dime. And she's like a year younger than Jay's daughter, Claire. So I stand a second wife. I stand a wife who just slides on in there and, it's already done. The empire's built and now it's Gloria. And she's super funny and she like low-key ghetto as hell. She be ready to fight all the time. Like I said, she quotes Colombian drug lords and Colombian lifestyle a lot. So a lot of times, like, she be giving, like, the other suburban moms and people at the school the business. And she knows she fine as hell. So she uses her sensuality to, like, get over on people, which I stand for using what you got to get what you want.
I said using what you got.
Hey, girl, do you.
Oh, shit.
So shout out to Modern Family. As much as I love that show, I do think it's time for them to just go ahead and pack it on up.
You think so?
I do. The kids are grown now, and you can tell they struggle to keep the kids in the show. Because when the show first started winning Emmys, I think they won like 7 or 8 Emmys in a row. When that show first started winning Emmys, they were like, oh, it's the kids. The kids are really talented. And at the time, the oldest child was about maybe in like 10th, 11th grade in high school. So they were able to kind of keep the kids in the storyline because a lot of the storylines dealt with the kids because they were dealing with the day-to-day of like raising children. But now the youngest is about 5, but the one who was the youngest the entire time, she's about in like middle school and all the other kids are now in college. So they struggle to keep all the kids in the storylines because everybody, like even like the one genius one who you thought would go to Harvard is like now they was like, oh, well, she had to come back home because they're trying to keep everybody in the storyline. So I think it had a good run. I think last year was the first year they didn't get nominated for anything, which was like the first time since that show has been on that they weren't nominated for anything. A lot of them won awards for that show. The show itself has won a lot of awards. So I think it's time. Everybody's kind of grown.
It's time.
Not like in a bad way. Like it just ran its course. Like the kids are like grown now.
Yeah.
So like that is kind of, you can tell because I still watch. I mean, of course, I still watch Modern Family, but it was a time where the entire cast was in every episode. They've moved on now to where it's half the cast or just the adults and 2 kids or half the adults and 3 kids. Like it's not this. It's just the kids got older, and that's what happens when you have children in the show. A lot of shows don't move forward or move the same way once kids get college age, and that goes for 101. That goes for Moesha.
It's kind of like that too.
Grownish is going to have a problem because not only did the daughter go to college, the son is supposed to be going to Howard, and Howard is in DC. That's not LA.
Yeah.
So it's like, Junior? What are you going to do with Junior? I mean, Yara has to spin off Grownish, but when. Like they said that with Everybody Hates Chris too, he was just like, well, the kid hit the growth spurt so fast. Yeah. So it's like one summer you're like teeny bopper, and then the next one you kind of like grown-manish. Yeah. So like when you have shows like that, it's like you're fighting father time with the children, and it's very hard. The only show I think did a really good job about them being in high school and to them being in college and it's still making sense and it's still being a family unit was Sister. That was the only show, and that's because I think they did like their first 2 episodes maybe in a dorm, but they end up moving back in the apartment above like the garage, and they make that into their little dorm room. And then they went to college close to home too. So like even 101, like they got rid of Flex when I can't think of her name. Jesus, I can't think of
Pratt.
What was her name on the show? Brianna? I think it might have been Brianna.
I think so.
When Kyla Pratt went to college, they wrote Flex out. And then they added Ray J. And it seems like all these shows add Ray J, like when people get to college too. It was a really weird time in the 90s. It was a really weird time.
That's
but
funny.
Shout out to Modern Family. Y'all are still hilarious. I still watch y'all reruns. Whatever y'all. I want them to leave gracefully. I don't want them to get canceled. That's all. I don't like when a show has such a long run.
Leave them before they leave you.
Yeah, like how Girlfriends ended. Like we deserve the wrap up to Girlfriends. Mm-hmm. Like it's just agree. Moesha too. Moesha had been on TV for so long. They deserve to at least give a wrap up to Moesha. Like I still don't know what happened to Miles. He got abducted and that was the last thing we seen of Miles. Moesha was pregnant and we have no idea. Yeah. So like, you know, Modern Family, don't let them put you on the chopping blocks. That's all. But so that's that on that. But so the Bobby Brown movie finished last week and I watched it and I regret my whole 4 hours. Or like
why?
Because our
commentary was hilarious.
No, well, I read Bobby's book, and I do think Bobby's book was really good. And I understand that books are more detailed than actual movies and TV shows or whatever. I get that part, but like it got very Disney towards the end.
Really,
it did. I didn't like the fact that so Bobby originally went to jail for DUI, and then he kept violating his probation. Right. I didn't like how they made it seem like, oh man, he keeps violating it. He keeps going to jail. It's like, no, you keep violating probation. It's not like an accident on why you're going to jail. Right. You're not getting arrested because you're sitting in your house. You're getting arrested because you keep doing shit and you're on probation. Like, so don't be like, oh man, they caught me with a suspended license. I'm going back to jail. No, nigga, you know you ain't supposed to be driving with a suspended license. That is illegal. Like, stop doing but he said it like that in a book. Like, it was because I was on probation so long for a DUI. Okay, granted, you were on probation a very long time for a DUI. Y'all also are rich as fucking hell. Yeah. And you didn't have to be. It's certain things you just didn't have to do with the type of money y'all had.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the whole, like, his new wife, like, being in the story as, like, the Great White Hope. Because she just, like, kept coming through as, like, Captain Save-A-Ho. And, like, the thing is, I really genuinely think when Whitney said Friday night you and your boys went out to eat, I really feel like that. I do. In my soul, I feel like Whitney was like, listen, bitch, you got one more time. And then the thing, too, because when she said the phone rings, and then you look at me, and then she said, like, why does 213 come up on your call ID? That girl Alicia lives in L.A. 213 is definitely L.A.'s area code. I feel like Whitney knew it.
You just put 2 and 2 together.
No, Whitney knew about that bitch. And that's why I kind of feel like when he, like, in the book, or in the show, in the movie as well, he was like how Whitney was giving her attitude at the funeral. I really think because Whitney Ben knew he was messing with that girl. And on top of all of that, I remember like a couple of months ago, Alicia posted a throwback picture of her and Bobby, and it was like obvious that this was the time Whitney was alive. And she was like, it's always been you. Bitch, how? How has it always been this nigga if this nigga was smooth married? Like, how did you just show? And then in the movie, it's like she always showed up like a Great White Hope backstage. Like, listen, after Whitney and Bobby broke up, Bobby was dead fucking broke. Bobby wasn't out here performing. Yeah. Y'all a fucking lie. And Bobby don't perform like that. No. Bobby's not in shape like that. Bobby don't sing like that. Bobby is not dancing like that. I've watched much footage of New Edition with Bobby performing. Yeah. Bobby will walk off the stage on y'all asses in a minute. He don't give a fuck. Even during like the BET, their tribute, if you notice, for like 2 songs, he goes off the stage. Bobby can't keep up that goddamn stamina. Like, Bobby ass is fat and tired. Which is cool. I love Bobby. I do. I stand a good Gumby haircut. I think Bobby's hilarious. I think he's charming. I love being Bobby Brown. Yeah. But that whole like Disney ending and Alicia being like the Great White Hope and, you know, Bobby Christina really wanted to hang with me. And it's like, no... Nobody could have kept Bobby Christina away from you if she wanted to be with you. Yeah. They wanted to keep her away from that guy, Nick Gordon, and she stayed in his face. So if she genuinely wanted to, like, have a father-daughter relationship, she would have had a father-daughter relationship. So, like, in the movie trying to play it like they kept her away from me, it's like that girl was smooth like 19, 20, 21 or something like that. Yeah. Like, that girl decided that she didn't want to have a relationship, which is terrible. Because nothing about, like, Bobby Brown seems like a cool person. Like I said, I watched being Bobby Brown. Yeah. I thought he's charming. I think Bobby's charming. But it was just like, the movie was very, you could tell that Alicia and Bobby Brown had their hand in it. And it was just like, oh, okay.
She wanted to make sure she
like,
had that.
Yeah, it was a redemption story. Like, it ended with the family barbecue and his little boy dancing and stuff to his music. It was very... Yeah.
Interesting.
But, you know, dude, like I always said about Whitney and Bobby, Whitney wasn't all good. Bobby wasn't all bad. The real victim of their whole story is Bobby Christina. Mm-hmm. And I don't think we will get a true, definite story about Bobby and Whitney until about 10 to 20 years from now, when some random person who has no connection to the Houston or Brown family, a person who didn't live in their era, because I think people have a certain attachment to Whitney Houston, and then they have a certain like distaste for Bobby Brown in general, because it wasn't like he was singing like soft R&B songs. He was grinding on y'all kids. So a lot of people, you know, they have that in their mind. So it would have to be somebody who didn't actually genuinely live through the era and watch, because essentially we watched the decline of Whitney and Bobby. Yes. Whitney especially. So, you know, it has to be somebody who's not attached to that era to do the movie. Because if you're too old, you see Whitney as a princess. If you're like our age, I don't necessarily remember seeing Whitney as a princess, because the first thing I remember about Whitney is like, I'm Your Baby Tonight. And then I really remember the Bodyguard era. Mm-hmm. But I didn't see her as like how I think people older than me seen Whitney. Right. So it has to be somebody who really just didn't live through the whole entire thing. Because we watched a decline happen. Yep. Which is sad, but we did. So, you know, I don't think we're going to get like a true essence of a Whitney and Bobby movie when everybody who has their ego or their reputation, everybody has their kind of own agenda to it. But listen, Alicia Brown, bitch, let me tell you something. When you said, do I look like Whitney to you? I almost came through the TV and snatched you, bitch. Don't you fucking dare. Do you know who Whitney Elizabeth Houston Brown is? Did you save all your love for fucking me?
Bitch, when you wrote all of that shit,
is your love my love? Do you believe in me and you? Were you down to the courthouse with Bernadine when Bernadine was getting her settlement from John? Did you talk to Dudley and save your daddy's church and your marriage? Angels, bitch. Whitney talked to angels, bitch. Like, no, like, did you get Kevin Costner shot while you was accepting your award? Like, girl, what? Were you down to the Heartbreak Hotel with Kelly Price and Faith Evans? Did you dance with somebody? Did you really redo the whole goddamn Star Spangled Banner? Like, literally, the Star Spangled fucking Banner? Girl, bye. I almost had a heart attack. Do I look like Whitney to you? No, you don't. You don't look like Whitney. No, you don't. No, bitch, you don't. So that's that on that. Don't you ever. I was offended. I was like, wait, what? Girl, y'all ain't gonna do Whitney any type of way now. I understand. I did kind of cackle when Bobby was having like a low-key seizure and Whitney came out moonwalking because she was high as hell. I did laugh. I did laugh at a lot of stuff in that movie. But, girl, what you won't do is act like Whitney was Whitney Houston now. God damn.
That's hysterical.
Girl, because it's just that whole ending of that movie. Even like him coming out of jail and acting like he was sober during like the Diane Sawyer video or Diane Sawyer interview had me rolling. Because it's like, I remember watching that. You were high, Bobby. And on being Bobby Brown, nigga, if you weren't high, you were very much so drunk. Don't act like you've been sober Sam since like that stint in jail. But you know, do you. Your barbecue sauce look like it's popping. And you know, that's that on that, good friends. But Alicia, I need someone to edit that out. Like, I really...
I feel away.
My soul, it felt like... You know you got something in your chest? I felt something in my chest when she said that. I'm like, wait, what? I don't care if Whitney's a crackhead. I don't care if Whitney's binging right now. Whoa, that was hateful. Look at that hate talk.
Hate talk.
Look at that hate talk. I felt like that. Like, look at those slurs. Is that a slur? Like, I thought it was a slur. Jesus. Whew. That's that on that. What else happened this week? I'm kind of interested to see the Braxtons on Iyanla or Iyanla on the Braxtons.
Oh, they're going to go on there?
They are. I've seen clips.
Good. That's going to be a doozy.
Yeah, because Iyanla's a mess anyway. Like,
I
Iyanla
love her. I've been watching her show. And I love she goes, all right.
Iyanla is funny.
I love her.
Because I do think originally, people have to understand that Iyanla Fix My Life is still a show and it's still entertainment. And the reason it lasted as long as it did is because of the shenanigans. So you add the Braxtons, who are already all super extra, super dramatic, to like a platform like that.
It's gonna
be a mess.
Yeah. Did you see the last one with the
girl, Brandy Maxwell?
Yes.
I seen parts of it. I didn't understand why she had Brandy Maxwell wrapped up in all that.
Oh, because she was wounding herself, basically.
I kept seeing the plans, and I'm just like, why do y'all let Iyanla do this?
So funny because Iyanla was just like, okay, here. She was putting Band-Aids on her, and then she was like, hold on, I'll be right back. And she goes, and she would walk off. She walks like a little like that, and then she come back and she start rapping, and she goes, continue, and so she's just rapping her as Brandy's talking.
Iyanla do shit like that. Like I just watched the episode with the chick from Housewives of Potomac. Well, she's not. She's a friend of a friend now. But her husband got a divorce, which I'm so happy because like he lived in Jersey with his girlfriend.
Oh yes.
And so Iyanla came downstairs with like a bonnet on and like pajamas. This is stuck. Like Iyanla, why? Iyanla. Why the antics, Iyanla?
Yes,
but
I love it.
So that's how I already know that like the Braxtons is gonna be a mess. And apparently Tamar's upset and said Ayala's like the devil and called her Rhonda, which is Ayala's real name, and said she should have went on the show. So somewhere shit's gonna go left, but as expected. Did you not?
It makes for good TV.
Did you not think this? You know what? And if they sit there and tell Iyanla and they like talk about the show being the changing factor of their relationship, I'm gonna need they asses to get off that goddamn show.
Absolutely.
And this is why I like Tia and Tamara Mori so much. When them niggas had their show on Style, I think was the channel at the time, they end up not doing the show anymore because that show started, like the show was good, but you can tell that the show was amplifying any outside issues they had that they might not have necessarily dealt with. Because like Tamara cried every episode, literally. And you could tell like Tamara kind of felt like Tia thought she was white. And no, this is true. Did you ever watch their show?
No.
So like every episode was like, well, you talk about me because you say I talk like a valley girl. And this is literally like every episode. So like, or every other episode, because they did some really fun stuff on the show. But a lot of the show was about like their sisterhood and the fact that they are identical, but their personalities are polar opposite. Yeah. And like they had like this one friend that originally was Tia's friend, but I guess she became Tamara's friend. So Tia kind of just left the situation alone. So now the girl and Tamara are best friends. So the girl like goes to Tia. It's like, I don't know what happened. It's just like, I became friends with Tamara, and then you stopped talking to me, and then Tia, and Tia was just like, no, my mom said we needed to have separate friends and separate lives, and when you guys became close, I just kind of felt like you guys got along better, so.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was, but, like, you could tell that if that show went on more seasons, they probably would have fell out, like, for real. Because not that they had a bad sistership. It was just, I think if anybody puts a camera on you, like somebody put a camera on me and my mama, as much as I love Kim, I'm pretty sure by the end of, like, a season, we're going to be shooting daggers to each other.
Yeah.
So, like, Tia and Tamara kind of was just like, all right, this is cute. And that's it. We're done.
Yeah.
And it made sense because, too, like, I think Tia had booked the game. So Tia had, at the time, had been the more popular twin because the game had gotten to be such a popular show. So then Tamara kind of like not necessarily felt away, but felt away because it was like, you know, my career is kind of being shifted to the left. And now Tia's like, and everyone likes Tia because Tia's considered the more black one, I guess, to black people. So it was that show. If that show would have went on like another 2 or 3 seasons, like I'm talking about even
What's the name of that show?
I forgot. It was I call it Sister. I forgot what they actually called the show. It might have been just Tia and Tamara, but
look it up on YouTube.
It was on Style. I remember they had maybe 2 or 3 seasons, but yeah, if that show would have lasted another season or 2. They probably would have been down in the Braxton's realm. But I think what saved Tia and Tamara is they've had a career, with the exception of Tony. No one's had this type of like fame. with Tia and Tamara, they had the hit show. They had books. They had, they were cool kids in the 90s. They did movies together. Yeah. So I think it was easier for them to understand that they could walk away and do something else because they have done something else. Yeah. So,
versus them, they don't have.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. I mean, Trina's on Sister Circle now. I just, honestly, I do think it's just time for them to, I said that before. I think it's time for them to hang it up if your sistership or y'all family matters.
I think
it's just this social media, people's opinions, people being team whoever, and the fact that WeTV or whatever network that show will be on, their job is to make entertainment. Mm-hmm. People being happy is not entertainment for the masses. It's just not. It's the reason why Real Housewives of Atlanta and New Jersey and Love and Hip Hop have such a following and such a crowd and so many viewerships. People don't want to see you. People don't want to see happy. Like, those days of happy on reality TV is kind of gone. No one wants to see family shows like that no more. It was a time early on, like after Real World, before like this type of reality TV came on, that people did want to see family because, Run's House did really well. And I loved Run's House. Yeah. So it's just, I think that time is past. People don't want to see. I mean, I don't watch Love and Hip Hop either because I just think it's just, I watch clips.
I do. It's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I haven't sitting down and watched a full episode of Basketball Wives or Love and Hip Hop in forever.
It is a guilty pleasure.
But I understand why people do, because when I do see the clips, it's mess.
It is a whole lot of
people
mess.
don't want to see the Braxtons baking cakes and singing. They don't. It's not, and that's sad that, that's just not what people want.
I don't know.
So if they sit on Iyanla's sofa or couch or whatever and they psych that damn show, if they psych that damn show is when shit went left, it's time to go. It's time. It's okay. It's time. It's time to pack up. And what else happened this week? Oh, and then a part of me wanted Faith Evans and Mary J. Blige to fight, like the 90s girl in me, knowing all the Bad Boy and Little Kim and Biggie drama, wanted to know that Faith and Mary J. Blige fought. But I'm very happy to know that everyone says it's a rumor, because Mary and Faith are like, y'all are older, and
I know there was some static earlier in their career.
Nah, them niggas was gonna fight. I was surprised them niggas didn't fight.
Yeah, because Puffy was more focused on Mary.
No, that wasn't it.
Oh.
What happened was Mary came out with like Uptown Records, and Puffy was focused on her because she was the first one. What happened was he started Bad Boy and got Faith. When he got Faith, Mary felt like Faith was going to be the new Mary, because they kind of sung the same genre of music and were like the same age and the same style.
You're right.
Because originally Faith is actually singing background to a lot of Mary's first album. A lot. Faith and Mary actually are the voices on One More Chance. So then you double that with Little Kim was messing with Biggie, and Little Kim and Mary got really close. I read Faith Evans' book. I think her book was called Unthankfully. And that was really what the problem was. She was supposed to be the next Mary per se. And she was cool with Kim, and Kim was sleeping with Biggie. And they had a problem with her sleeping with Biggie.
And as one should. One should.
So, yeah. And I mean, I should have known that shit might have been a lie anyway, because the thing is, if Mary and Lil' Kim can be cool, and they got, their stories are like outlandish. I'm talking about gunplay, niggas boxing. They really, Lil' Kim and Faith have been around the ringer a few times.
Yeah.
So shout out to Mary and Faith. I'm very happy that my two favorite aunties aren't putting hands on each other. But if y'all did, I blame Stevie J. And that's just...
Oh, gosh.
I do. It's Stevie J's fault some way. Some way, somehow. And so that was the same night, too. They said... I got mixed reports. At first, they said Cardi and Nicki fought. No, first they told... When I first heard it, they said Cardi and Raw Ali fought. Then they say Nicki and Cardi fought. And then I realized nobody fought. And it was just a lot of commotion and a shoe thrown.
Yeah, it was, come here, bitch. Come here, bitch.
I'm staying right here.
Come here, bitch.
Cardi's funny. I have two thoughts, per se. Well, no, my thing is, I don't really care. This is the thing. If you like Cardi, you're going to say Cardi keeps the same energy. Cardi, you know, stayed down. She's still who she is. Bravo, bravo. If you don't like Cardi, you're going to call her hood rat. You're going to call her ghetto. You're going to be upset that she went to these white people event and acted a fool. If you like Nicki, you're going to say unbothered queen. And, you know, queens don't come off their pedestal to talk to peasants. And if you don't like Nicki, you're just going to call her scary. So I really think everybody's argument on whose side they chose is based on who they like. But then there's a slither of people who don't give a fuck about either one, and they choose based on their personality. So if you're the type of if you ever ran up on a bitch, you're choosing Cardi. If you never ran up on a bitch, you're probably choosing Nicki. Because most people, I know a lot of niggas, like, they choose Cardi, but I know a lot of y'all ran up on niggas before, so it makes sense. So, but the thing is, I don't like sneak dissing. I don't like passive aggressive. So as a person who never did passive aggressive and as a person who has brawled before, I could see how Cardi ran up on that girl as a person who just doesn't do passive aggressive. So, but I don't like people saying like, that just wasn't the time and the place.
Anytime, any place.
This is the thing, Janet Jackson. This is the thing about like running up on people and fighting, right? And time and places. There never is a time and a place that you're supposed to fight somebody. Fighting somebody is actually illegal. That's actually called assault and battery. You go to jail. There is never a place. There's never a house, a street, a corner, a grocery store, a corner store, a school, a campus, a dance, a club. There's nowhere you can fight anybody. It's fucking illegal. So there's never a time and a place. So how did everybody all of a sudden be like the geniuses to decide the time and the place to confront a bitch that you got a problem with? It don't matter. Your wedding day, your birthday, an anniversary, you know, on a Monday when you was just trying to go to Chick-fil-A and get a sandwich and a bitch see you that don't like you. It's never a time and a place. The only time there's a time and a place is if you're licensed or by the Boxing Commission and they tell you who you finna fight, what time and the place. That is the literal only time there's a time and a place to fight somebody.
Yeah.
Everything else is fair game. And I think people should understand that. I think we all need an understanding that if you say some shit and somebody run up on you randomly, that is the time, that is the place. Unfortunately, I would have preferred Cardi's time and place to be somewhere else. But hey, if that's the only time she thought she was going to catch that girl, then, you know, do you.
Throw that shoe.
Yeah, do you, girl. But Cardi walked out of there like, and, which took me down.
Yeah, she did. She was, what did you say? She walked out of there like she knew she was gonna get expelled, but she was good.
Yeah, she walked out like she got suspended, but her mama still didn't care. Like she didn't care because her mama wasn't mad, and she still was gonna go to McDonald's. Yeah, like she really walked out like you walk out in high school when you done told your mama that somebody kept fucking with you,
and you fall. Yeah,
and you fall, and so your mama's not shocked. Your mama's just like, oh, all right, Lord, I'll come get her. And then you just go home. You go to McDonald's, because I feel like parents always take you to McDonald's when you're like in high school and stuff. You go to McDonald's. She just went home and she got suspended for probably like 5 to 10 days. Probably 10. They probably gave her 2 weeks, 10 days. But yeah, just, you know, I'm really, people need to understand that, yeah, you can't, everybody doesn't have your energy. So what you deem, inappropriate, the next person might not. Mm-hmm. So this is why everybody needs to be fully aware who they fucking with across the board. Even if you're like Betty Badass and you're confronting somebody, you also need to be aware who you fucking with, because you don't know what they could possibly do. Right. Everybody needs to be aware and be able to wear one too if it all comes down to it.
Yes, indeed. And
I think that's just simple. But that actually leads us into our show today. And this week we're recovering from girl fights. So, have you ever been in a fight before? I was in a fight last night. Well, like a real.
Not like it was a slap, but
I mean,
no, I've never been in I've never had to.
Why? You never had altercations with people?
I've had altercations with people, but it's never escalated to a fight.
That's good.
Like I've never had to, like, I don't know. I've just never, like, I've gotten into it with girls before, but I've never had to physically hit somebody.
It's cute.
But I have body slammed somebody before.
How? You small.
She swung at me, and I knew she was drunk, so I like missed this like the swing, or I ducked, and then I just gut punched her, or I grabbed her by the waist and dropped her.
Well, that's good.
So no, I've never had to fight because I'm just like, I don't know. I guess in the heat of the moment, I say like a lot of crazy shit. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't like that either. Like, as a person who has fault and has the 3 assault and batteries to prove it, plus, you know, some other fights. Let me say, why did I? Well, I think I lived in a space. I feel like my mama probably told me, like, don't hit a person first, always hit back. Somewhere along the lines, my older brother was like, hit first, because the person, my older brother actually told me 2 things. Don't be a bully, because bullies always lose. And hit first, because the person who hits first usually has the better advantage. And the other bottom line of it was, I've always been super afraid of being hit first. Like, I do not want to be hit first. No, I don't. Period. So if I feel super threatened and super like you in my face doing too much, and the fact that I'm very much so a person, if I speak my piece and you speak your piece, there's no more piece to be spoken. So to continue to try to speak your piece or continue to talk is like annoying to me. So, because I understand people don't get along, and I'm okay with that. I'm very much so a person, if I don't like you, I actually avoid you. I have literally been the person who has been in line at the club and seen a group of girls I know did not like me and left the club. I've done that before. Like, I genuinely don't like the confrontation. I don't like the arguing. I don't like I know I would never last on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I couldn't imagine arguing about the same situation episode after episode, or day after day, or week after week after week. That's not, and then the way I'm set up, you get maybe 1 or 2, and I really want to say 1 argument out of me. Around the 2nd or 3rd argument, it's like, are we gonna fight or just not talk to each other ever again?
Yeah.
Like, I need resolve. So either we don't talk, or somebody need to get their ass whooped. Even if it's me. I mean, I never have, but even if it's me.
Yeah.
So for me, being truly petrified of being hit first and beat up has always led me to hitting first.
I always heard that because if you can't get arrested if they hit you first.
Technically that is true, but then laws have changed. Laws have gotten real fucking funny. Like, even like with domestic abuse, if they show up and both of y'all got bruises, they take both of y'all asses to jail. Mm-hmm. So some of that stuff is but some of that stuff is
it's self-defense.
Yeah, but then you need to have everybody. That means you need to slap somebody. That means you need to be slapping amongst all your peers, because if they come out to a club, everybody gonna have a different story, because based on who is who. You know, like the club might split in half. But I never wanted to be hit first, so therefore I always hit first. Petrified of being hit first. Do I think I think I told a fight story about when I fought the 3 girls, but then that led to like a court case for like a year and a half. But any other situation, because I've fought since then, any situation after that, I genuinely like try to avoid it. I don't like passive aggressive. I say that often. I don't like, I don't understand people who play on your phone and then are shocked if y'all get in a fight later. I don't understand people who key your car and then it are shocked if the person car you key comes and slap the shit out of you when they see you. Because I never, like, stuff like that, and maybe somebody who do stuff like that can make me understand, but I don't understand people who push people to a level and then act shocked when it gets physical. Kind of how I felt about Kenya and Portia on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Kenya kept fucking with Portia. With all the yelling and all the props and all the shit she was doing. And then when Portia finally jumped on her, it was, how dare you use your hands? And it's like, no, I think everybody needs a clear understanding. Words mean things, like Crystal says on the read. And there are triggering words. There are words that would get your ass whooped. Yep. And the crazy part about it, it's not the same for everybody. You talking about my mama might not be the triggering thing for me, but you talking about my brother will be. Like, you don't know what triggers a person. Yeah. And for me, it's everybody. Talk about anybody in my family. But people don't like confronting somebody in front of people, like at a club, might be triggering for a person who does not like being embarrassed by the masses, who would have preferred you to come outside and just have a one-on-one conversation versus you confronting them in the VIP with all their friends. That might be the thing to get your ass slapped. So I think everybody needs to be aware of kind of what they do and what they say, because you don't know what's triggering. That girl slashing my tires was triggering as fuck for me, like the fucking nerve of y'all.
Yeah, that could be a triggering situation.
The girl telling me that she's gonna beat my ass on sight was triggering for me. So when I finally did see her, the second she came up to me, I slapped the shit out of her because you sat on sight. So you coming to hit me, or how's this happening? Because I can't get hit first. I can't. I cannot. So because I knew one girl, this was recent. She had been fucking with this girl and then got mad because the girl kind of tried to fight her out at the club. And it's like, well, you played on her phone. You've been texting her phone. You've been doing all these things. How are you upset that she confronted you?
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that to people. Like, everybody needs to have an awareness about themselves and the people around them. Because I know I don't argue well, because I know I tend to hit first. I know situations I can't be in. Yeah. Therefore, if I don't really fuck with you, I just stay away from you. I don't really have that many enemies here in Houston. I don't consider them enemies. But like the girls who I probably don't get along with, I stay the fuck. Like I literally cut their whole entire clique off. Yeah. So I ain't seen them girls in like a couple of years.
Yeah.
I'm one of them people because I don't like the confrontation. It's not fun. It's not fun being in a fight. It's not fun. I don't like that playing on the phone. That stuff is mind-boggling to me. I don't like that Facebook shit where y'all talking about somebody but y'all won't tag them in the shit. That's annoying. Like I don't like confrontation at all. But then instead of me, either I'm gonna close up or I'm gonna be the raging bull that I am. And it's like I don't have time to gamble to see which one's coming out that day.
Yeah.
So for me, when I fight, the last fight I got into was 2 years ago. That bitch deserved it, and I don't take that one back. And she had been talking shit though. The girl had been talking shit for about a year, and I've been letting that bitch live. And not just talking shit to her friends, talking shit to mutual friends, and that's where you fuck up at. Talk shit to your friends in your space.
Yeah.
When you start bringing it into that, like that Venn diagram, is it a Venn diagram with the circles? Yeah. Okay, so the cute little Venn diagram, your name here, my name there. Talk shit to the people in your circle. Your circle.
Right.
That little space in the middle.
Yeah.
That looks like a little diamond. Yeah, the little diamond. Yeah. That little space, and it's small too. So you got all this area here. This whole circle. Whole circle. Just full with people you can talk shit to. And then it's this small little slither of a section that I just need you to kindly stay away from. I beg at the view from deep in my soul. She couldn't do it. She just couldn't do it. And I'm also a person that if I don't like you, you know I don't like you, and you don't like me, stay away from me. I hate people who...
Yeah.
I hate you bother bitches. You bother bitches get on my nerves. You're the ones who say you bother, but when you see the person you don't like, you put on a show. So all of a sudden you doing backflips and hanging off chandeliers and tap dancing on the bar just to make it seem to the person you don't like that you're having a great time. Nigga, no one gives a fuck. Relax. She was one of those people. So by club 2, I was just like, listen, I already told y'all I don't like this girl. Keep this girl away from me. And by that time, I just didn't feel like I was buzzed too. And I didn't feel like, I wasn't leaving, because usually I would leave. But I was on one that night, and that ended perfectly in a bad way. In D-Bar.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was a Sunday at D-Bar. I walked up, I said something like, you still talking to these bitches? And of course, if you say bitches to like a couple of black girls, they're not going to take it like too kindly.
Nah, not like a bad bitch.
Yeah, they're not going to, they didn't take it like, oh, she called me a bitch. They took it as, bitch, what? And then the fight broke out. And I was just like, all right. Then I ain't seen her since, so good times. But now, no.
I don't know. I've just never, I've always walked away from those type of situations, because to me it's just not worth it. Like, to argue over what are we talking about? What are we arguing about? I've never been around girls that keep up drama. I've always made my friends, I don't like to be around people that keep up drama. That shit is exhausting.
It's exhausting, and it has to lead. Like, I don't understand the end goal, and that's what I be trying to explain to people. I was like, when you be fucking with people and when you talking shit, what is the end goal? Yeah. Is the end goal not a fight? Like, what is the actual end goal of talking shit about people, trying to intimidate people. I've had that happen. Like, people will try to intimidate you in the club. Like, my college, like a couple of years of college was a hot mess for me. I've had like a lot of stuff happen. If you keep somebody's car, what is your end goal? Do you not think they're going to come after you?
Yeah. If you have to know, you're going to have to think something.
Yeah, so I don't like when people act shocked when it gets to a certain level. It's like, you can't dictate where did you think it was going though? Like, if you slash somebody's tires, where do you go from there? Like, explain to me, what do you think's supposed to happen?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never had that girls around me. I've had girls around me not like me, but not enough to. I don't care enough to. I don't care to go back and forth with you.
Yeah,
like I'm not gonna do it. Like I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like I would never fight a bitch over no man. Since you can have him, I don't care.
No one wants to fight over a man. But let me tell y'all a quick tidbit about that as well. A lot of stuff isn't about this nigga. A lot of that shit be about you bitches bothering bitches about that nigga. Stop fucking with people. Stop calling girls up. Stop cussing girls out. Stop bothering bitches. If y'all finna sleep with that nigga, let that nigga sleep with both of y'all in peace. Like, for real. Because a lot of stuff, like, I've had that happen. I fought this girl. This was in college. I would never forget. We were in a club. Floyd's, to be exact. And this might have been like my sophomore year. And so I was like 19, 20. And I had this guy I had been dating for like a few years at the time, like on and off. And we all in a club. I looked to my left. I had my homegirl from high school was standing in front of him. And she had a cast on her arm. She had just like split her arm or something. So she had this cast. And some girl comes in the club. I didn't even see this part because I'm like zoned out. So apparently this girl walks in the club and she's confronting him. But what she's confronting him about is being in the club with some girl. Which the girl, I don't know if the girl was me or if she thought the girl was my homegirl at the time. So while she's confronting him, my friend's standing in front of him. So she's talking, like smacking him up. So my friend hits her for hitting him. But by this time I look over, so all I see is my friend, and mind you, she's like 4'11". She's so little. And she had this cast on. So all I see is my friend with the cast, like smacking a bitch. So what the fuck is going on? So I shoot down there, and I hit the girl before she can hit my friend back because my friend's little with a cast on. So me and this girl fights. Have no idea who the fucking girl is. I'm defending my friend's honor, literally. I had the girl, and they're like, let her go. If you don't let her go, you're gonna go to jail. Because apparently it's okay as long as we don't cross the threshold of the door. If we're still fighting outside the door, then the police will get involved. So that's what like the bouncer was yelling. So I let her go like right when we got to like the threshold. And so, in the process of all of that, she goes off. I'm like yelling because I'm like, well, what the fuck happened? Because now I'm like completely confused because I just had this whole brawl with a bitch I don't even know who it is. Which you shouldn't do anyway because she could have been a part of some mafia or a drug lord or something. So I see the guy's sister comes around the corner and she's like, Ebony. And I'm like, yo, like, where the fuck you came from? Because I don't know who this girl is. And she was like, you beat up such and such, she bleeding. I'm like, who the fuck is that? And it was like, that's the girl he messing with. I'm like, oh, and I'm trying to tell like what happened, which literally was, I saw my friend hit a girl, but then in my mind, my friend, even though she shouldn't be hitting her either, my friend and that girl should be hitting him. Everybody should have kept their hands to themselves in short. But all I see is my little friend with this big ass cast, and her cast was from like her elbow down. Like she had a cast. All I see is her hitting a girl, and all I'm thinking is, you got a cast on, you about to get beat up. So my guy's sister, who I know very well, we're still very cool now. She comes around the corner and I'm explaining the story, but she's kind of like, what? And I'm like, I don't really know what's going on. So we all go back to my apartment, and I'm still like, I know what happened, but I don't know what happened. Then it comes out that he's messing with me and her, and she didn't realize I was the girl that he was messing with since high school, and I didn't even know she existed. And so the story, of course, the next day was we fought over him, and that wasn't the truth. And I just remember feeling, and the thing was, he boasted about this shit. Because I remember like a guy I was really close to was like, yo, we asked, such and such, what happened last night? And he was like, yeah, they were fighting over me. What? And he said it like with glee. And I was just like, fuck, nigga, ain't nobody fighting over you. Wow. I didn't even know you knew that girl. So no, don't fight over, like, even though that wasn't a fight over a guy, don't fight over guys. Because guys take a very sick pleasure out of the fact you're you're fighting over them. But then with that being said, I think women need to understand too that you can't be fucking with people either because y'all messing with the same nigga. Like, just because, and this is the truth, I've seen people fight over guys, for real fight over guys, like, I'm fighting you because you're messing with him. The second that fight ends, that nigga still messes with both of y'all. So
true.
Don't waste your time.
And he's dabbing both y'all's wounds.
Just
he's offering you
at a time.
He's offering you a Band-Aid and offering her a Band-Aid.
So like y'all dead ass. I've literally heard multiple stories from guys I know about girls fighting over them, and they just like. Yep. I even had a guy tell me a story about how his girlfriend, or I don't know which one was a girlfriend, but one of the girls busted in the bedroom and was fighting the other girl, and he was like, I let it go on for a few seconds before I stopped it. I wanted to see who was gonna win.
That's disgusting.
Wait. So, and then it was in that moment I realized, like, listen, ma'am, I really, even if I ever, and I haven't got confronted about a nigga in a very long time. But even then, when people used to like try to confront me over a guy, I'd be like, look, ma'am.
It's fine. Like,
it's not even that you can have. I'm still gonna mess with him, and you still gonna mess with him. So what's the end goal of this? Because I'm not gonna be the one to get beat up anyway. But what's the end goal? Like, girl, like, y'all gotta stop playing with people. Stop playing with people. Everybody keep their hands to themselves, but stop fucking with people, and don't be a bully.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Bullies always get beat up.
Yep. I can't stand people who bully people. I hate that.
Or intimidate people. Because some of y'all act like y'all not bullying people, but they're very much so grown bullies. Stop using whatever to intimidate people. That's not cool.
Like,
and bullies always lose.
I hate when I see that. Like, it's like, stop, leave people alone.
Leave people alone.
Why does it matter?
And honestly, for somebody who has boxed a couple of times, people don't want to fight. Like, and honestly, and truth be told, if I did not hit first, I'm 100% sure that 99% of those fights would not have happened. And that's the truth. I mean, and that's what I love. People don't want to fight. People want everybody else think they want to fight. I remember specifically in high school, this girl, she came from this area that we deemed like hood. So we automatically thought she could fight. So she automatically had all this mouth. So for about 2 or 3 years, she had everybody thinking she could fight. So nobody really ever said too much back. And she was one of them loudmouth bitches. A lot of people never really said too much back to her because we just naturally assumed from the area she was in and how loud she was that she could put the paws on somebody.
She got her ass beat.
She got her ass smooth beat by somebody who was like 4'11". And that bitch was smooth like 5'8". Yeah. Got her ass beat.
It's always the loud ones. The loudest ones.
Is the weakest ones in the room. For real.
The loudest ones are the weakest ones.
And honestly, people do not want to fight. When I was at FAM, I knew this girl, she did not like me. It was known she did not like me. It was cool, whatever. I seen this girl everywhere on that campus. I seen her in the library. I seen her on the set, which is like our union. I seen her in the caf. I seen her in hallways. I seen her in the parking lot. I seen this girl like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Mind you, this girl had already said she was going to whoop my ass on site. So mind you, we've been on site like 500 times. The one time she actually jumped bad at me is when a bunch of people were around, when she knew people were going to grab her. And that was the one time she jumped. So that's how I even knew then, like, people don't want to fight. People want to make it seem like they want to fight. So you have to kind of have mind over matter and be able to understand that people ain't shit and they really just trying to put on a show.
That's
essentially. True. And like I said, and I'm 100% sure that a smooth 99% of the fights, because that one girl had to wear it, so I don't take that one back, but 99% of the situations I got into that led to physical altercations was because I hit first. If I did not hit first, they weren't probably gonna hit me. They just wanted to talk shit and they wanted to like bully or intimidate me or make me think that. So just keep that in mind when you in situations like they don't want to fight. And everybody, trust me, I've been promised on site more time. No, for real. It was a time in college like I thought it was an era in college where I just knew, like every time I left the house, it was like, oh, this might be the day I get beat up. Like,
what?
No, it really got like like that. That's not even an exaggeration. I mean, everybody knew, and then the thing too, everybody knew where I lived. So it's like people didn't. You would think people would run up on you. They don't. But it was a time where I was just like, oh, okay, this might be the outing. That be the outing. Yeah. For me. It never happened. And I was promised on site more times than I can count. Like, people don't. I've been promised by a girl who was pregnant that when she dropped her baby, she was going to beat my ass. That baby turned 3. That baby's like fucking 11 now. And I lived in the same city with her till that baby was 3. And seeing the baby. Like, one day seeing the baby and seeing the girl, I was just like, wow. How old is she? It's been 2 years, huh? Been 2 years since I've been on site. Amazing. This is amazing that I've lived this long. So people really don't. People want you to think they want to fight. But with the people who do that, y'all need to chill. Because every blue moon you run into somebody who ain't with that shit.
True.
So stop fucking with people to decide who with the shits and who not with the shits. Because a person who usually with the shits ain't the person you expect. So don't go around.
That is very true.
No, don't go around playing with people like that. And I say that about me all the time. Like, now I'm a bit more. I'm not going to tell no lies. I avoid 98% situations because I know I don't argue well, and I know I still innately don't want to be hit first. I know that about me. Yeah. So I avoid a lot of situations. And when I mean avoid situations, I've walked off from people in recent years, like legit, like, oh, okay, and just go on about my day. Because I know how, you have to know how you're set up, and you have to know how people are set up. People don't want the problems they asking for. And I learned too through that, all that, I'm gonna beat that hoe ass. I be stopping myself from saying that a lot because no, I'm not. I'm not gonna go fight that girl. So y'all need to stop that shit too. Those are threats. I don't give a fuck if you mad. Now when I see that hoe, okay, it gets back to that hoe. When you see her, now she's on high alert. Like, stop saying shit that you ain't gonna fucking do. You're not gonna beat nobody ass. You not. Like, stop using them dumbass triggering words. I'm gonna kill that bitch. No, you're not. Really?
No, you're not. You wanna go to jail?
You
wanna go to jail?
You finna just go to jail for life. You're not. So, like, even in like mad talk, I've been trying to step back from certain words and phrases because I don't mean shit. Yeah. No, I'm not. I just don't like her, and we just not gonna be friends. Is really what I'm saying.
But that doesn't sound good in the heat of the moment.
That doesn't sound. You know what? She hurt my feelings, so now we can't be friends. And my feelings are hurt, and I want to go home and cry. That doesn't sound as good as I'm gonna whoop that whole ass. Stop saying shit you don't mean, because y'all be putting words mean things. Y'all be putting that shit in the universe, and when y'all put that stuff in the universe, stuff happens. There is a shitload of scriptures in the Bible about the tongue. Like, legit. And I actually wrote, my mom's favorite one was the power of life is on the tongue, which is Proverbs 18:21. A soft answer turn away wrath, but harsh words stirs up anger. That's Proverbs 15:1. Proverbs 21:23. Whoever keeps his mouth and his tongue keeps himself out of trouble. Literally scriptures and scriptures and scriptures and scriptures about how you use your mouth and your tongue.
Watch your mouth.
That's it. Like, so all that, when I see that hoe, no, you're not. When you see her, you're going to do nothing. But look at her and be like, she here. You're doing nothing. So stop doing that shit. If everybody keep their hands to themselves, everybody who running their mouth need to understand. Words mean things. Words are like swords. Words have gotten people killed. Words have gotten people beat up. Words have done so much. Words mean things. So if you are not going to beat that whole ass, if you're not going to beat that whole ass, do not say you're going to beat that whole ass. Because I'm under the assumption you're going to beat that whole ass. And if I was that hoe, I would be looking for you to come beat my ass. That's just me, though. Girl, I cannot. When I see that bitch, no, nothing. You're going to do nothing.
You're going to do nothing.
Nothing. You're going to sit.
I've just never. I've never. Like,
but then I had to, like, but then you're trained. I think we be trained too, because we like songs like Knuck If You Buck. You like songs I don't fight. I don't argue. I just hit that bitch to the vibe. I hit that bitch. I used to love that song. Or you want to talk shit. You want to run your mouth. Ain't that Boosie? Yes. We'll set this bitch off. Like, you're fascinated with the knucks and you buck. But y'all niggas really ain't knucking if y'all bucking. You're not. it's okay. And you shouldn't want to knuck if you buck. You really shouldn't.
Living that is an exhausting lifestyle to always want to fight.
Listen, or be a part of that.
Some type of dramatic situation.
College was the greatest time. And then on the flip side, college was the worst of times. Like, I have fond, great memories of college. There's also a very flip dark side to my college time that I'm so happy I don't ever have to live again. And some of it was, by bullshit. Well, really the niggas I was talking to. A lot of it was just on bullshit, but the way it escalated and the way I handled a lot of situations could have been handled a lot better. But with that being said, you can't walk around threatening people all the time and not expect a person to hit a fucking glass ceiling and be ready to fight for real. So, and that's why I always say everybody needs to just be very mindful. If you don't like a girl, I don't understand. If you don't like a person, you can like a person silently. Why y'all dislike people so loud? You can silently not like a motherfucker. Stop disliking people so loud. It's just so simple. I don't F with this person. Yeah. That's that. Y'all could be in the same room. I'm in the same room. I've been in the same room with people I disliked all the time. You don't know it because I don't be like, there go that bitch right there. I don't do all that. It's just like, and I go on about my day. It's just I see them. I don't bring them up to the people around me. I don't be like, oh, there goes such and such. I don't do none of that because when you do that, then what does your friend do? Your friend looks.
Then there's the look.
It's a look.
It's like, bitch, what you looking at?
Yeah. It's just like a chain reaction. So people dislike people so loudly. I understand everybody on earth is not going to get along, and that's completely fine. But, everybody needs to be aware of their space, aware of their words, aware of their hands. Everybody needs to understand that words can get your ass whooped.
Words can get you killed.
Words get you killed. It's a couple of people right now who wish they didn't say what they said. Words get you killed. It's some people who are out here using their hands as a weapon, and it's somebody who's going to have a gun.
Yep.
So you don't ever know the next level to the person you messing with. So
that is very true.
Everybody just dislike silently. It's okay.
Well, just you know what I really hate? I hate when people when you're in a club and it's crowded and you bump into somebody and you say you're sorry, or you're like, oh my bad, excuse me.
It's ma'am,
bitch. Like that, ma'am.
And once again,
dog.
That type of attitude, you're probably gonna do that 900 times in your life. But that 901 is gonna be somebody who's gonna slap the shit out of you. So stop playing with people. And that crowded club stuff pissed me off. It's like
you see, it's crowded. I can't get by. I'm trying to get a drink. You are blocking me with your big ass purse.
It always be a purse. And ma'am,
you want to have your big ass purse on the bar. And
why don't you have a clutch? Why don't you have a clutch? Why don't you have a club purse? Them big ass bags.
Why do you have this big ass oversized Louis bag just to show it off? We get it, sis.
Those bags are only meant for VIP. If you're not in the VIP, you should not be in a regular club with your oversized overnight bag. And when y'all do that shit, what pisses me off even more is you act like super offended as if the fire marshal should be in here right now. The capacity says 200. I know for sure it's 300 people in here.
And my big ass purse is
taking up the whole seat.
I really despise that.
Y'all do, and a lot of y'all go out with. See, this is the thing. If I'm in a funky mood too, I tend to not go out. Right. A lot of y'all go out with the spirit of fight. And wonder. And my mama said that about me at one point. Like, it was just like, how every time I go out, it'd be some shit going left. But it was like the clique I was hanging with. It was like a couple girls I was hanging with. And my mom was like, stop having the spirit of fight all the time. And it's just like, well, how you get the spirit of fight? The spirit of fight is a bad attitude. The spirit of fight is, if you're getting dressed, listen, I like a good hood rat song. I'm from Florida, okay? I live by a good Kaya. I live by a good Trina. I live by a good fucking Jackie Yo. We were close to Atlanta, so I live for all the hood rap music that Atlanta ever came out with. When you're getting ready and you're screaming "Knuck if you buck" and you say, "I wish a bitch would try me tonight," that is a spirit of fight. You should not be getting dressed thinking about a pretend altercation that might not happen or that could possibly happen. Yeah. Stop putting that stuff out into the universe. The spirit of fight will get you in a fight at night.
Do you think your friends have a lot to do, the people that you hung around had a lot to do with you fighting?
In college, no, because the girls I hung out with never. Like, never would fought? Never. Yeah, would never. And actually took a lot of heat for hanging with me because a lot of my stuff started based on the guys I was dating. Because they was dating everybody else too. I mean, look at like now. I mean, I can say it now. Like then, would I say it? No. But the two prominent guys that I spent my college time with and post college time with were very popular guys that had a lot going for themselves at the time.
And they had a lot of girls.
And they had a lot of bitches to come with that. Now, when you're seen not like the favorite, but when you know this bitch is different, it's like if it's 10 bitches and it's 2 bitches that are different, you know the 2 bitches that are different. I happen to be in the side of the difference. So I wasn't, and people get super territorial over like niggas that ain't they nigga.
Yeah.
Or niggas that is at this point community nigga. And me too. I mean, I have been community niggas. Yeah. Stop fucking off with these community niggas. So like a lot of stuff happened because I didn't consider myself a popular girl in college.
Yeah.
I knew we stayed in a popular building because we stayed in a building that housed all of the athletes, the male athletes. So we knew all the teams because all the boys stayed in our building. But the girls who didn't like me were girls who actually had cliques. I've never been a person to have a clique. I had like my 2 roommates were the people I kicked it with mainly. These girls had like 6, 7, 8, 9 girls in their clique. So that's that mob ass mentality where I don't like her, so now y'all can't like her. So now that's 8 people. Now let's push it further. They all from the area, so now they got some cousins that I don't know about. Now that done double, so that's 16. Well shit, I'm on 16. Then I got this nigga who I don't even fuck with no more, but I done had beef with the bitches he was messing with, so there go 6. Oh shit, y'all know each other? Oh, this is like a Megatron group. Oh, this is a riot. Like 17 no, it was like that. Like I kid you not. Like one day I will put that shit in a book. If I tell you that it was a smooth like 20 people that genuinely could not stand me. And what killed people too, and this is why I said if you just do you, it hurts people more. My day didn't stop. Like, I mean, my tires have been slashed. All that extra shit had happened to me. My mom used to get my tires fixed immediately. And I still was fucking with the same niggas. So it's like, y'all didn't stop me from doing nothing. All this extra shit. Like, I had one girl apparently came to my house, was trying to come. I lived on like the 3rd floor. Apparently somebody stopped her on the 2nd floor and she had a hockey stick in her hand because she was finna like whack me with a hockey stick.
For what?
Girl, so you can get your ass beat with the hockey stick you brought? Like, that be the thing. Like, so if they didn't stop you and you came to if you indeed had this urban myth, because I still don't believe it's true. If you indeed came to my house with a hockey stick and I opened the door and see you with a hockey stick, do you not think I'm gonna jump on you because you have a hockey stick? Like, why do you have a hockey stick?
Where did you get a hockey stick?
One of the guys in the apartment downstairs, I hung out with athletes, so they had like all these random because they did all this shit. So it's like you.
What a random weapon.
Like, so if I snatched the hockey stick from you, which probably would have happened, if I hit you with the hockey stick that you were supposed to hit me with, then you would have been calling bloody murder. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have to be fully aware. Like, I've had it all happen. I have been the on-site bitch so many times that I am shocked that I'm still here today to tell these stories. Like, how is it I was supposed to be beat up on-site? I've literally had a girl tell me on-site and walk, like, directly past. I had a girl tell me on-site, like, at 6:02 p.m. I seen that bitch at 8:01 p.m. and she walked right past me and was like, bitch. I'm like, oh, that's on site? Okay, cool. On site's not that bad. I thought on site was a little, okay, cool. That's interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, interesting.
That's a lot of energy to exert.
It is. It was dark times. It was dark times. It was. The Shakespearean quote was, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. That is the quote I use for college. Like I had a great time. Great time. There is the flip side to that niggas don't be worth it. And a lot of me too was, I didn't like, my personality when you tell me I can't do something is to do it.
Right.
So if I know all this drama's coming from a nigga, and mind you, I was unhappy with that nigga majority of the time, but I couldn't let that nigga go because I couldn't prove y'all right. So it was like a catch-22.
Wow.
So I'm miserable with this nigga that I could actually do without. But now I can't do it because y'all keep fucking with me. It was a terrible space to be in. And with that being said, Don't tell people on site if you don't mean it. Don't tell nobody you're gonna beat their ass because you're not. I kill that bitch, you're not. And for people who are like me, who will hit first, they don't want to fight. So it ain't even worth your time. They don't. Everybody, nobody wants to fight. Out of all 7 billion people in the world, I really want to say it's just thousands that probably really want to fight. It ain't that many people who just want to be in altercations like that. It's a handful of people. Out of everybody who uttered the words "I will beat her ass," 2 people have indeed actually beat their ass. So just don't. And plus, when you get super grown, it's just not cute.
It's not cute.
It's not cute.
It's like, come on, sis.
Even though y'all do be watching these shows on TV and giving them high ratings, so people are starting to think it's cute.
But they have bodies. See, that's the thing. They have people to break that shit up.
Kids don't see it like that.
They have people.
Grown people see it that way. Kids don't see it that way though.
They have people to break that shit up, and it's not real. And half the time you read it on the blogs, they are pressing charges against somebody.
Y'all keep y'all hands to yourself. It's not worth the court case. I, for one, have been through a court case. It's not worth it. And you be mindful of your words, and that goes for me too. I haven't had a moment with a person, enemy or a nemesis in a while, but the last, like a couple of years ago or 2 or 3 years ago, I had to be very mindful of what I said in the heat of the moment.
Yeah. Because
don't put that energy out. I knew I didn't want to fight, so I didn't say I'm gonna beat your ass. But, y'all say these things so freely. Just be very mindful of your space and other people's space. And it is okay. I'm, for one, if you don't like somebody, fine. Y'all can dislike people silently. You don't have to dislike people so loudly all the time. You don't have to make an announcement every time you see them. We get it, bitch, you don't like them. And if you with me, honestly, if you're a friend that has never been like in a space like that, I will hold you back. But if you're like a friend or a person I know, and I know all the time you in some shit, I'm not the friend that's gonna hold you back. I'm gonna let your ass go. So don't pretend fight with me. Cause I'm just gonna look at you. When you jump up, I'm not gonna grab you. Yeah. I'm just gonna look at you. I'm just gonna be like, oh, okay, you fighting today? Cool. Let me grab my shit off this table so you don't knock over my drinks. And so you don't knock over my purse. And so you don't step on my phone. I will move smooth out your way. So stop acting big and bad. Stop putting on shows for people who not gonna bail you out of jail anyway. Nope. Stop putting on shows for people who just gonna talk about you and put you on World Star anyway. And everybody just, kumbaya out. It's just good time.
Everybody take a chill pill.
Watch your mouth, watch your hands. It's just that simple. That simple, kids. But so that's that on that. We don't have necessarily a letter, but this chick from Moesha's diary. Wait, I lost it. I think I texted to you. Oh no, okay, I screenshotted it. Okay, so we don't have a full letter, but one of our followers on IG sent me a message last week and said, "Can y'all talk about slutty female coworkers?" And I told her, "Sure, we'll answer it on the letters portion of the next show." So this is on site. This is the next show letters portion. So we're gonna answer.
Slutty coworkers.
Yeah.
I mean, why do we care?
Yeah.
I mean, your vagina is your vagina. My vagina is my vagina.
Is
it like a competition?
I don't understand Okay, so when I did work in an office, I didn't care about my coworkers that much to know who they was giving a vagina to.
Yeah.
I didn't do water cooler talk. I didn't gossip with the people. So I essentially didn't know what was happening. I worked at the hospital for 3 years and I worked at Allstate for about 2 years. I didn't get to know people, or a year. I didn't get to know people like that. Even at the hospital, I think I really genuinely talked to 2 girls, and it wasn't necessarily about work stuff. I got to know them.
What about bar? I feel like working in bars with coworkers, they tend to be a little bit more sluttier. Though.
But that still ain't my business. What you do with your vagina ain't my business. The only issue I would probably maybe have outside of, and I'm not talking about the bar, outside of like in corporate America, is if I knew your vagina was getting you a raise. But guess what? That happens a lot. People fuck their way to the top a lot. You know, Rosie Perez supposedly don't like Jennifer Lopez because Rosie Perez thinks she slept her way to the top. So, you know, it happens in instances. Now, this is the thing. New regimes always come in. So if a person's sleeping their way to the top, eventually, people change, jobs change. You really have to still have the brains and brilliance to back it up because regimes change a lot in corporate America and just jobs in general. So I just, you know, take it up with HR. I don't know. Like,
take it up with HR.
Like, I don't know. You send a letter to HR about somebody's pussy. I don't know. Like, I've never cared. I never cared enough to know.
I mean, is this
like how you know they sleeping with people? Why y'all talking so much at work? Where y'all working? Yeah, where y'all working? How y'all got all this time to know who this girl giving her vagina to? Is she giving it up in the office or at home? Because why y'all worrying about her off time?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't care, honestly.
I mean, y'all get to work. This is why I knew at a very young age I needed to work for myself. Y'all get to these jobs and treat them like high school all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Y'all be having all this drama and all this mess going on at your job. Nigga, this is your job. Am I the only person that goes, clocks in, and clocks the fuck out? Like, I care less about what the hell is going on in my work environment.
Oh my gosh.
As long as I'm getting my work done and my boss is not an asshole, I'm out of my business.
Yep.
I don't even like talking to my coworkers if we're being completely honest. Like, I be learning my coworkers' names like months and months after the fact that I've been working there. I just be like, hey, or like walk up to their desk, like, how you doing? And then ask my question. Like, I'm just so far removed from having drama at work. Like, real life is drama. If you have husband and the kids, that is drama. If you got a sick mama at home, that is drama. If you can't figure out you work this job and it's not even enough to pay your rent, that is drama. What I will not do is sit somewhere from 8 to 5 o'clock worrying about who pussy is given to who and where and when and who dick she's sucking.
Just talking about it.
And just talking about it. Either you need to get you some business of your own,
or you need to put in your mouth.
Listen, either you need to mind your business or get some business of your own. That's the only options. If you mind your business, you don't know, and if you got business of your own, you ain't talking about theirs.
Boom.
Because I really don't like. That's why I never like working in the office. It's just too much. And if you really think somebody is getting preferential treatment for sleeping with somebody, that is something you need to take up with HR. That's not something y'all discuss at the water cooler. And why are y'all discussing this girl's vagina? And what makes her slutty though? I still need that definition. What is slutty? Is she sleeping with the boss slutty? Because listen, if she's sleeping with a boss, go ahead, girl, do your thing.
And why? And you should just high five her because she's sleeping with the boss.
Listen, she's sleeping with the boss and getting benefits. Hey. I'm here for the Ronnie's teachings. Use what you got to get what you want. Come on, Ronnie. Ronnie lives on forever.
Fuck it.
And if she's sleeping with a bunch of dudes at the job, so what? Are the dudes slutty? Are we talking? Y'all use, like, I really hate the fact that women get such a bad rap for being sexual. Because
niggas out here being whole community dicks.
And you niggas make me sick about that too. Because I just read like a message somewhere on, I think, Twitter. Some guy was calling the girl a slut because she slept with him. It's like niggas spend their days begging for sex. Begging, only to turn around and talk bad about y'all. Like, y'all are disgusting. I can't. Let that girl. I need more. Hit us back. Because I'm pretty sure you're going to listen to this show. What's the context of slutty? How did we decide that she was slutty? Is she slutty because she slept with 2 coworkers? Are they in the same department? Did she sleep with them at the same time? Was it the janitor and then like the GM? You know.
Yeah, what was the premise?
Is every time she sleep with somebody, is she getting a raise? If she is, how y'all know she getting a raise? Is she getting promoted every time she sleep with somebody? If she is, I can't really say I'm mad at her. At least she getting something out of it. How about everybody just clock in and do their job? I think, and go to lunch. And take their 15 minutes. Twice. And then just go back to their desk. In short, everybody mind their business. And how you know she's slutty? That's really on my mind. That's been on my mind for a week.
Why is she, like, what defines her as
What
slutty?
defines slutty?
What defines slutty?
So I need to know who she slept with. I need to know the ratio of time, I guess. And how all y'all know.
And what is the 6 degrees of separation? Why do you care?
And if these guys are the ones telling this girl's business, y'all need to be turned off from those guys. That's disgusting that people are still talking about who they having sex with. We are fucking grown. That's
unless you're not grown.
Well, she looked grown in the picture.
Oh.
But why are y'all discussing this at work? Is this like a part of like y'all company meetings? How y'all know? Well, okay, girl, just message me back. I do genuinely want to know what defines slutty, because if that's the case, I might be a bit slutty myself.
I am.
Jesus Christ.
No shame, baby.
But that's that on that. In short, kids, mind your business.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Mind your words. Mind your hands. And, you know,
it's okay to walk away from a fight. You don't have to fight.
It's okay. And it's okay to walk away from a fight.
De-escalate the situation.
You should.
Make the person feel stupid as to why they're even trying to fight you in the first place.
It's okay to walk away from a fight. I do understand you individuals who have slapped a bitch before. I get it. But it's okay to walk away from a fight. It really is.
Saves you time.
It saves you money if they press charges.
Absolutely.
You know, and honestly, and when I mean walk away from a fight, like I said, I've seen literal girls in line at the club who did not like me and I turned around. Sometimes you have to avoid places and complete situations, and that does not make you scary.
Yes.
It does not make you scary. I hate that. People throw that word scary out a lot. I only deem you scary if you talk shit and then somebody asks you about the shit you talking and then you don't say nothing. I deem that scary.
Yeah. Walking away from a fight.
But walking away from a fight that you did not start is not scary. That's smart. Now, if you started that shit and you walk away, I'm calling you scary. That's that. That is a pure definition. If you start some shit and then want to act like you don't want to see it through, you're scary. You can't start nothing. But if you listen, everybody just mind your words. Mind your hands.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. But y'all can find me, NatoyaEbony, on all social media. Recovering Party Girls on IG. And thank y'all for a whole bunch of new followers and comments.
Yeah,
you guys
shout
are
out
great.
to the new followers.
And on Twitter, we're Party Girls Pod.
And I'm Miss Cool in the City. MSCOOL_ in the city.
And you guys, you have a blessed week. You have a good time. Mind your business. Mind your mouth. Mind your hands.
Stop knuckin if you buckin.
Don't listen. You niggas don't want to knuck, and you niggas definitely do not want to buck. Bye.